They want marriage, but not for love. Don't scroll, seriously, pause right here because this message is for you, and your heart needs this truth more than you even realize right now, and if your spirit suddenly feels heavy or your chest feels tight, that's not anxiety, that's intuition trying to warn you, trying to protect you, trying to get your attention before you step into something your soul was never meant to carry. Listen closely. Someone in your energy field wants marriage, but not because they are in love with you, not because their soul recognizes yours, not because destiny has woven your hearts together. No, they want marriage for reasons that have nothing to do with love, for stability, for convenience, for image, for loneliness, for escaping their own emptiness, and the universe is trying to stop you from walking into a commitment built on everything except genuine, soul-aligned love. You felt it, haven't you? That weird heaviness when they talk about the future, that tightness in your stomach when they make promises that sound beautiful but feel hollow, that strange disconnect between their words and their energy. You've been catching angel numbers, 444, 999, 111, because your guides are practically shouting, pay attention. This is not love. This is attachment. This is need. This is fear disguised as commitment. And deep down, your heart already knows something is off, something isn't aligning, something in your gut is whispering, this isn't your forever. This isn't your person. This is a test. Don't scroll, your spirit needs this clarity. The universe has seen you love with sincerity, with depth, with loyalty. You love from the soul, not from convenience. You give your heart fully, not partially. And because of that, you cannot be paired with someone who only wants you because you're safe, because you're stable, because you're available. You deserve a connection where someone chooses you because they are in awe of your energy, because they see your spirit, because their heart recognizes that your presence is home. But here's the twist, while someone wants marriage for the wrong reasons, someone else is awakening to you for the right ones. Someone whose soul is stirring because they can feel your energy even before they meet you. Someone who is being guided toward you by the same angel numbers you've been seeing. Someone who wants marriage because their spirit feels pulled to you, not out of fear, not out of emptiness, but out of love, alignment, destiny. And the universe is protecting you from the wrong person so it can redirect you toward the right one. That's why everything has felt heavy, confusing, misaligned. That's why conversations with this person feel forced. That's why your intuition has been louder than usual. That's why you feel emotionally drained after speaking to them. It's because your soul is rejecting what is not meant for you. And even though you may have tried to convince yourself that they have potential, or that things might change, or that you should give them more time, the universe keeps stepping in, closing doors, creating distance, showing you red flags. Because you were never meant to marry someone who sees you as a solution rather than a soulmate. Listen, you are meant for a love that feels like peace, not pressure. A love that flows, not forces. A love that lifts you, not weighs you down. A love that speaks your soul's language. And the universe is clearing your path so the love that is meant for you, the love that already feels you, dreams of you, senses you, can arrive without interference. That's why the wrong person is being exposed. That's why you're getting intuitive hits at random moments. That's why your spirit feels restless when you think of settling. Because you're not meant to settle. You're meant to be adored, cherished, pursued, recognized. You're meant to be loved with intention, devotion, and clarity. The universe is saying, don't accept a marriage that isn't rooted in real love. Don't limit your destiny for someone who isn't aligned with it. Something better is coming. Someone better is coming. Someone whose love won't feel heavy, confusing, or transactional, but soul-deep, peaceful, and divinely guided. And your heart, your beautiful, intuitive heart, already knows this. You've been feeling the emotional shift around you because the universe is pulling you away from anything that isn't aligned with your soul, and part of that shift is the sudden heaviness you feel when you think about committing to someone who doesn't love you in the way you deserve. It's that internal resistance, that quiet dread, that subtle discomfort that rises in your chest every time they bring up the future, as if your spirit is saying, "This isn't it. Don't settle here." You've tried to talk yourself into feeling something that isn't there, tried to ignore the intuition that keeps nudging you, tried to convince your own heart that maybe this person cares more than they show, but your soul knows the truth, and it's getting harder to ignore. Because the universe wants you to understand something powerful, not everyone who wants you deserves you. Some people want you because you're secure, because you're loving, because you're stable, because your energy feels safe, but they don't want the responsibility of truly loving you, cherishing you, honoring you. They want partnership without emotional depth. They want consistency without vulnerability. They want marriage without soul connection. And that's why the universe is stepping in. Why your heart feels uneasy, why your dreams feel vivid, why your intuition is screaming louder than ever, because someone may want you, but they don't love you, not in the way your soul deserves. And yet, while the wrong person is being revealed, someone else is being awakened. Someone whose spirit is stirring because they can feel that you're close, that the love they've been waiting for is finally within reach. They don't know it's you yet, but they feel you. They've been experiencing the same signs as you, random chills, flashes of intuition, angel numbers appearing at the exact moment their heart whispers, "I'm ready for someone real." And this person, unlike the one currently around you, doesn't want a relationship for status, convenience, or fear. They want a connection that feels destined. They're being prepared to love someone deeply, intentionally, wholly. And the universe is shaping them for you just as it's shaping you for them. That's why you've been feeling like something big is coming, like the energy around you is shifting, like love is moving closer even though you can't see how yet. Your heart knows. Your spirit knows. You're not meant to be tied to someone who only wants to marry you because they're afraid of being alone or because they think you'll fix the emptiness inside them. You're meant to be with someone who looks at you and instantly knows, "This is my person." Someone who loves you in ways that settle your spirit instead of confusing it. Someone whose presence feels like home, not pressure. Someone who will meet your soul before they meet your body. And that person is getting closer, closer than you realize. Meanwhile, the wrong person is becoming more transparent every day. Your intuition is picking up on things you didn't want to notice, inconsistent emotions, mixed signals, shallow intentions, lack of depth, lack of genuine connection. You're noticing that when they talk about the future, they focus on what they want from you rather than what they want with you. You're noticing that your heart doesn't light up around them. You're noticing that you feel more tired than loved, more obligated than cherished. And that's not love. That's survival. That's convenience. That's someone holding on to you for reasons that have nothing to do with destiny. But your destiny is bigger than this. Your heart is too sacred for this. You have too much love, too much intuition, too much soul to settle for a connection that isn't spiritually alive. And the universe is making sure you don't settle. That's why things feel uncomfortable. That's why you're second-guessing. That's why you've been emotionally distancing yourself without realizing it. It's protection. It's divine intervention. It's your soul preparing you for someone who will love you with a depth that leaves you speechless. Someone who will choose you with clarity. Someone who will value your softness. Someone who will appreciate your strength. Someone who will look at you and see the future, not because they need you, but because they love you. And this new love, the one being guided toward you, is going to make you understand why nothing worked out before, why you felt blocked, why you felt alone even in relationships, why your intuition kept warning you. Because the universe was saving your heart for someone who would actually honor it. Someone who sees marriage not as an escape, but as a sacred bond. Someone who wants to build a life with you, not just attach themselves to you. Someone who loves you because their soul recognizes yours, not because they're afraid to lose access to you. And your heart will feel the difference instantly. This next love will not be confusion. It will be clarity. You've been feeling this energetic pull because the universe is moving you out of one timeline and into another, pushing you away from someone who only saw you as a safe option and pulling you towards someone whose soul will meet yours with every ounce of intention you've always deserved, and this shift has been creating emotional turbulence inside you. One moment you feel calm, the next moment uneasy, one moment hopeful, the next moment confused, and it's all because your spirit already senses that a chapter is closing and a new one is preparing to open. The person who wants marriage without love can feel you slipping energetically, even if they don't understand why. They sense the growing distance, the spiritual boundary forming, the emotional clarity taking shape within you, and because they can feel you awakening, they're trying harder to pull you in, offering words they think you want to hear, painting pictures of a future they aren't spiritually or emotionally equipped to build. But your soul is no longer resonating with their energy. You're noticing the emptiness in their promises, the lack of emotional depth, the way their desire for commitment feels more like convenience than connection, and although the part of you that is compassionate wants to give them the benefit of the doubt, the part of you that is intuitive knows something they don't, that your heart is being divinely redirected. There's a reason you've been feeling emotionally detached even when you try to stay present. There's a reason nothing they say feels aligned. There's a reason your spirit feels restless and unsatisfied. It's because your soul has outgrown them, and the universe is preparing to align you with someone who is actually capable of loving you from the depths you love from. And this new person, the one being spiritually guided toward you, is already feeling the shift too. They've been going through emotional awakenings of their own, feeling the urge to settle down but not in a shallow or practical way. They're craving a soul-level bond, a divine partnership, a love that feels like recognition and home. They've been dreaming about someone whose energy feels comforting, who feels familiar without reason, who feels destined, and that someone is you. They don't know your name yet, but their soul knows your frequency. They're seeing signs too. Angel numbers appearing out of nowhere, sudden feelings of longing, a deep ache in their chest that whispers, "Your person is coming." And each time you feel a strange emotional wave, a sudden warmth, or an intuitive nudge, it's because your souls are slowly tuning to each other, preparing for alignment. Meanwhile, the wrong person is beginning to feel empty because they can't fill the void inside them with a title, a ring, or a commitment. They're realizing that the idea of marriage doesn't magically create love, and their fear-based desire for stability cannot substitute for genuine emotional connection. And this realization is causing them to cling, to panic, to sense that they are losing access to you, not because of anything you said, but because your spirit is no longer available to an energy that isn't aligned with your destiny. You've reached a point in your healing where you're starting to recognize your worth not as an idea, but as a boundary. You can feel the universe clearing away anyone who sees you as a backup plan, anyone who tries to claim you without understanding you, anyone who wants to possess you without knowing how to love you. And that's why things feel like they're breaking, because they are. The universe breaks what isn't aligned so you don't build a life on a foundation that's meant to crumble. And once this break happens, the real shift begins, because the person who is meant for you will start moving into your life like a sunrise creeping over a horizon. Soft at first, then undeniable. They will come with emotional clarity. They will come with intention. They will come with genuine love, not fear-driven attachment. And when they enter your world, your heart will immediately feel the difference. You'll feel safe, not anxious. You'll feel seen, not used. You'll feel chosen, not tolerated. And the love that grows between you will be the kind that feels guided by something bigger than both of you. The universe is not asking you to wait, it is asking you to trust. Trust that what is leaving your life is not a loss, but a release. Trust that what is coming will be worth every tear, every delay, every disappointment. Trust that the love you're destined for is being shaped, prepared, and delivered in divine timing. And your heart. Your intuitive, powerful, beautifully resilient heart already feels the truth of that. And now the universe is pushing this transformation even further, creating moments in your life that force you to pause, reflect, and finally see what your heart has been trying to tell you. That the person who wanted marriage without love was never your destination, only a detour meant to reveal the difference between being chosen out of fear and being chosen out of destiny, and this realization is beginning to shake something loose inside you. You're noticing that your spirit feels lighter when you imagine a future without them, that your intuition softens when you picture a life that isn't tied to someone who can't meet your emotional depth, that your heart relaxes when you think about letting go of commitments that were rooted in obligation instead of genuine connection. This is not coldness. This is awakening. You're stepping out of a version of yourself that tolerated half-love because you didn't yet understand your worth, and you're stepping into a version of yourself that refuses to accept anything less than soul recognition. Meanwhile, the wrong person is starting to panic because they can feel you shifting, they can sense your soul slipping out of their reach, they can see the way your energy no longer clings to them the way it used to, and they're trying to pull you back. Not out of love, but out of fear of losing something stable, reliable, comforting. But the universe is protecting you now, blocking their attempts, making their masks slip, revealing their true intentions in ways that even you cannot ignore anymore. Conversations with them feel heavier, their presence feels draining, and every time they talk about forever, your heart retreats a little more because it knows that forever with them would mean shrinking yourself for the rest of your life. And just as this clarity settles inside you, the right person, the one aligned with your spirit, is being called forward with a strength that even they don't fully understand yet. Their heart has been growing restless, not in a painful way, but in a searching way, as if they know that the love meant for them is approaching, as if they can sense that someone is clearing emotional space for them, someone who is ready for a connection that feels divinely orchestrated. They've been rejecting connections that used to tempt them, feeling uninterested in people who don't spark something real inside them, sensing that their soulmate is close, so close that it almost feels like a presence hovering near their heart. They're beginning to crave deeper conversations, real intimacy, emotional vulnerability. They're thinking about marriage too, but for love, not for comfort, not for security, not for fear of loneliness. For love. For connection. For destiny. They want a partner whose soul feels familiar, whose energy feels like home, whose presence calms the storms inside them. And without knowing it's you, they're already preparing for you. Their heart is healing. Their spirit is softening. Their intuition is awakening. And the universe is preparing the moment where your timelines finally converge. You may start to feel sudden bursts of emotion, waves of warmth, moments of clarity, random peace washing over you in the middle of chaos. And that's because your souls are aligning. You're being energetically rewired for the person who is coming. The universe is removing the trauma responses that made you settle. It's restoring the parts of you that forgot what real love feels like. It's teaching you how to receive instead of chase, how to trust instead of doubt, how to open your heart without losing yourself. And at the same time, it's guiding your person through their own awakening. Removing distractions, closing old cycles, making them aware of their own desire for something sacred. Both of you are being shaped into the versions of yourselves that can hold the love you're destined for. And when the universe decides the timing is right, everything will shift. The wrong person will fall away completely, and there will be no more confusion, no more emotional fog, no more forcing something that never belonged to your spirit. And the right person will enter your life with a presence that feels undeniable. It won't feel rushed or chaotic, it will feel like the moment your soul finally exhales after years of holding its breath. They will see you the way no one ever has. They will choose you without hesitation. They will love you not because they fear being alone, but because they've waited for a connection like yours their entire life. And when this love arrives, you will understand why the universe had to break your heart open, why it had to remove the wrong person, why it had to redirect your destiny. Because what's coming will feel nothing like what you've known. It will feel like truth. Like alignment. Like divine timing stepping out of the shadows and finally revealing itself. You're stepping into the most transformative stage yet, the stage where the universe begins revealing truths so clearly that you can no longer pretend you don't see them, and one of those truths is that the person who wanted marriage without love was never meant to hold your future, they were only meant to teach you what love is not, so the universe could guide you toward what real, soul-aligned love is. And this realization is beginning to cleanse your spirit in ways you didn't expect. You're starting to feel a strange peace about everything that once confused you, the unanswered questions, the emotional detachment, the way their energy felt like it was taking from you instead of nourishing you, and instead of clinging to what might have been, you're finally able to see what always was. You were giving your heart to someone who couldn't meet you where your soul lives. They wanted marriage because they wanted security, predictability, comfort, but not because they could rise to your emotional depth or match the frequency of your spirit, and now your soul is finally releasing them without pain, without guilt, without hesitation, because your intuition knows that the next chapter is sacred. And as you release what wasn't meant for you, something powerful begins to happen. The right person, the person whose heart has been awakening in parallel with yours, begins to feel you even more intensely. They don't know your name yet, or maybe they do but haven't connected the dots, but their soul can sense that something is shifting around them, like destiny is rearranging pieces in their life, like the universe is clearing their path just as it cleared yours, like they're being pulled toward a love they can't see yet but already feel in their chest. They're noticing themselves craving deeper conversations, richer emotions, more authentic connections. They're losing interest in anything that doesn't nourish them spiritually. They feel restless in situations that used to feel normal because their soul is preparing for something higher, something divine, something destined. And while they're moving through their own spiritual evolution, your energy is becoming magnetic to them. The way you're healing, glowing, shedding your past, stepping into your worth, it's creating a frequency their soul is drawn toward even before your lives intersect. They may feel random bursts of longing, sudden waves of emotion, dreams of connection, flashes of intuition that whisper, "Someone is coming," without knowing that the someone is you. And as your energies move closer, the universe begins aligning your paths in quiet but powerful ways. Opportunities, shifts, people, timing, all arranging themselves so that when the moment comes, the two of you will meet with clarity instead of chaos, with readiness instead of fear. Meanwhile, the wrong person will fade more and more from your life, not because you're pushing them away, but because your vibration is rising beyond what they can access. Their attempts to hold on to you will weaken, their presence will feel heavier, and eventually the emotional cord between you will snap cleanly, leaving no lingering doubt, no emotional residue, only understanding and closure. And your heart will finally feel light enough to move forward, truly forward, toward the love that is being prepared for you. But here's the most beautiful part: the right person is not coming to fix you or complete you. They're coming because the universe has transformed both of you into the versions of yourselves capable of loving deeply, intentionally, and spiritually. They're coming with emotional maturity, with clarity, with the ability to give the kind of love you always offered but rarely received. They're coming with a soul that recognizes yours instantly, even if your minds need time to catch up. They're coming with the desire to build something real, something lasting, something that feels like home at the soul level. And when they enter your life, the connection will feel both shocking and familiar, like meeting someone for the first time and remembering them at the same time. You'll feel calm in ways you've never felt before. You'll feel seen in ways you've never experienced. You'll feel chosen without having to prove your worth. They will appreciate the softness in you that others overlooked, and they will admire the strength in you that others took advantage of. And the love that grows between you will not feel like a high or a rush, it will feel like alignment, like truth, like destiny finally delivering what your heart has been waiting for. Everything you went through with the wrong person was preparation for this. Everything you healed, everything you released, everything you outgrew, it all led you here. You are being positioned for a love that will not drain you, confuse you, or use you, but a love that will honor you, support you, and choose you every single day. And your soul can already feel it approaching. You're entering a moment in your journey where the universe is no longer only whispering guidance. It's orchestrating undeniable signs, rearranging your entire energetic landscape to make sure you do not return to what was draining you, to make sure you do not settle for someone who only wanted the idea of you without the responsibility of truly loving you. And this shift is becoming so powerful that you can feel it in your body, in your dreams, in your intuition every single day. Your spirit is too awakened now to be fooled by empty promises, half-effort, or shallow intentions. You've grown too much, healed too much, evolved too much to be pulled back into something that was never capable of loving you at the depth your soul operates from. And that is exactly why the person who wanted marriage for convenience, not love, has been slipping from your emotional field more and more. You're beginning to see their truth in ways you once avoided, noticing the lack of emotional presence, the lack of spiritual alignment, the lack of passion, the lack of heart. Their idea of love was a structure, a contract, a title, but not a soul connection, not destiny, not purpose. And now that your eyes are open, your heart won't let you go back. Your intuition won't let you go back. The universe won't let you go back. Because the real love, the one destined for you, is getting closer every single day. This person, the one truly aligned with your soul, is feeling a shift they can't explain. They're becoming more aware of their emotions than ever. They're feeling a deep urge to connect, to love, to commit, but only with the right person, only with the one who feels like home, and without knowing it's you, they're already preparing their heart for you. They're going through their own awakening, letting go of past hurt, releasing fears, healing patterns that used to sabotage their relationships. They're suddenly uninterested in meaningless connections or temporary comfort. They crave something deeper, something real. Because their soul knows that someone like you exists. And as they become more aligned spiritually, your energy starts reaching them in quiet, powerful ways. They see angel numbers at the exact moments you think of them. They feel sudden warmth in their chest when your soul grows closer. They dream of someone whose presence they can't identify but whose energy feels comforting and familiar, your energy. And while they grow emotionally ready, you are being spiritually aligned to receive this person fully and without fear. That's why you've been experiencing moments of unexpected peace, clarity, and emotional strength. That's why you've been feeling lighter, freer, more grounded. The universe is cleansing your heart from the residue of the wrong connection, removing the emotional fog that once kept you tied to someone who didn't appreciate you. It's preparing you for the moment destiny steps in. But here's what you don't realize yet: the right person is sensing the timing approaching, the timing when your paths will cross physically. They feel the shift before you do. They feel the gravitational pull. They feel destiny nudging them forward. They're taking their life more seriously, thinking about their future, making changes in their habits, focusing on becoming more stable, more emotionally available, more intentional, because something inside them whispers, "Get ready." And that readiness is tied to you. You both are being aligned on emotional, spiritual, and energetic levels so that when your lives collide, the connection won't be fragile or premature, it will be strong, prepared, grounded. You've done too much inner work to meet someone who isn't emotionally mature. They've healed too much to settle for a connection without depth. Both of you have been shaped by heartbreak, disappointments, lessons that cracked your hearts open so you could learn to love without fear next time. And that next time is coming. You may feel sudden moments of anticipation, unexplained waves of joy, subtle chills running through your body. These are not random. These are soul signals. These are the universe's way of telling you that the connection you've been waiting for, the one that honors your spirit, is approaching fast. Meanwhile, the wrong person is already fading out of your destiny. The emotional cord is thinning. The universe is closing that chapter gently but firmly. Because your story was never meant to end with someone who wanted marriage without love. Your story is meant to rise into a union where love is the foundation, where souls meet at the deepest level, where two hearts recognize each other without doubt. And that moment, the moment where you meet the person who actually deserves your heart, is getting closer than you think. Your soul can already feel it. Their soul can already feel it. And soon, your lives will feel it too. As the universe draws this chapter to its destined close, everything inside you begins to shift into a deeper clarity, a calm certainty, like your soul finally exhaling after holding its breath for far too long, because now you can see the truth of your journey with open eyes. The wrong person was never meant to be your forever, they were only meant to awaken you, test you, sharpen your intuition, and teach you the difference between being chosen for convenience and being chosen for love, and as that realization settles into your chest, you feel this quiet strength rising within you, a strength that whispers, "I am done settling." And for the first time in a long time, your heart feels free. Free from the weight of someone else's expectations, free from the pressure of a connection built on fear, free from the illusion that you needed to accept less than you deserve just to have something to hold on to. The universe has cleared that energy from your path with purpose, and now your spirit is glowing in a way that attracts only what is aligned with your destiny. Meanwhile, the person who is truly meant for you, the one whose soul has been awakening in rhythm with yours, feels the shift too, almost as if something in the universe just clicked into place, as if the doorway to destiny just opened, as if the path toward you just became unmistakably clear. They're feeling a pull they can't ignore anymore, an emotional urgency that tells them, it's time, and their heart is preparing to move toward you with a depth and sincerity they've never offered anyone else before. They've been healing, growing, shedding old fears, and now their spirit is finally ready to step into the kind of love that only happens once in a lifetime. They're no longer afraid of vulnerability, no longer hiding behind emotional walls, no longer avoiding their own heart, they're ready to love fully, openly, intentionally. And what they don't know yet is that every step they take in their growth is pulling them closer to you. The universe is synchronizing your timelines with absolute precision, aligning the right circumstances, the right moment, the right emotional readiness so that when your energies finally collide, it won't feel like coincidence, it will feel like destiny revealing itself after years of preparation. And soon, you'll experience the moment everything changes. It won't be dramatic or chaotic, it will be quiet, gentle, powerful. Your spirit will recognize theirs instantly, and their presence will feel like the missing piece your heart always sensed but never found. The connection will feel like a remembering, as if you've known them long before this lifetime, as if your souls have been waiting for this reunion. They will look at you with a depth that shakes you, a sincerity that melts you, a recognition that calms every fear you once carried. And just like that, you will understand why almost every heartbreak, every disappointment had to happen, because they were guiding you here, to this moment, to this person, to this love. And this love will be unlike anything you've ever known. It will be steady where others were shaky. It will be honest where others were deceptive. It will be deep where others were shallow. It will be spiritual where others were surface level. This person will choose you not because they need you, but because their soul recognizes that they were meant to build a life with you. They will speak love into your wounds, offer safety to your fears, and meet your heart with a presence that feels like home. They won't run. They won't play games. They won't leave you questioning your worth. Instead, they will step into your life with a certainty that says, "This is where I'm meant to be." And as the two of you begin this new chapter together, you'll feel the universe supporting you, synchronicities, intuition, peaceful signs, moments that feel divinely timed. This partnership will feel destined, protected, blessed. And the most beautiful part? You will finally feel loved the way you've always loved others, with depth, with passion, with soul. Your heart will no longer ache for clarity. Your spirit will no longer shrink itself to be understood. Your love will no longer go unreceived. Because this is the person who will love you with the same intensity that you love, the same sincerity, the same soul. This is the ending, and the beginning, you've been waiting for. The wrong one wanted marriage without love. The right one will want marriage because loving you feels like destiny. And now, destiny is finally finding you.